then I'm going to do a little screen share for everybody here. Thank you guys for your patience. Well, sorry guys, I don't want to record this. I don't know what's going on. Here we go. Sorry, everybody. Okay. Well, welcome you guys. I am so thankful to have you guys on the call with us tonight. My name is Emily Burgess, and I am tuning in from a very snowy and very cold Boise, Idaho. Put in the comments where you are from, and let me know in the comments if you guys have snow on the ground or if you guys can see the grass. We've not seen the grass in a couple of weeks, and I will be honest, I kind of love it. My children are ready to go back to school tomorrow, as are we. So we are really thankful for tonight. We are going to make this short and sweet because I value you and I value your time. I know that this is taking time away from something else, and so I appreciate you guys being here. Like I said, my name is Emily, and I want to just give a little gift to two of you who are guests. You have not tried Plexus with us before. You have been invited by somebody on my team, and I want to just show my appreciation for you. And so if you are a guest and you are here live, please let your friend who invited you know, hey, I'm here, I'm watching. And then a friend of yours who is on our team, I will be having a post in Rising Jewels tonight that you can say, hey, my friend Charla was on the call tonight, and then I'll do a drawing for two of you guests and then your sponsor, and I will send those out tomorrow for just a little coffee card as a thank you for being on. I wanted just to spend 30 minutes talking a little bit about Plexus, about kind of the background of Plexus, not in a boring way, hopefully, but just to kind of hopefully open up your heart if this is something that you are, maybe you're a customer and you're really enjoying the products and you are thinking, gosh, it would be really nice to kind of offset the cost of my products. Or maybe you have been thinking about trying the products, but price is an issue, and so you're thinking, gosh, that would be nice to get my products covered. Or you're like me and you wanted to have some pretty big health change as well as change for your family financially. Whatever the situation is that you're in, I'm so glad that you're here. So I want to tell you a little bit about my story. Before Plexus, I was never like really overweight. I just had two babies very close to one another. They were two under the age of 2, and it was hard to shed some of that baby weight. I think I really love the sweets. If you have a sugar tooth or a sweet tooth, put in the comments what your favorite sweet tooth treat is. For me, it was chocolate chips with peanut butter, and I would eat those spoonfuls of that multiple times a day. I was drinking tons of coffee because I had 2 young children and I was really tired. I was exhausted during the day, but I was not sleeping well at night. I chalked all of that up to, I'm a mom and I need to be present and I need to hear if my kids wake up. But then when they would wake up and I'd get them back to sleep, it was really hard for me to go back to sleep because I just constantly had just a mile-long list, an unending, never-ending list that was just going in my head, and I could never get good sleep. My mother actually was an insomniac for 30 years, and then my grandmother was also the same. So I came from a very long line of poor sleepers. Like I said, I had a really big sweet tooth. My whole life, I thought that bloating and gas and stomach sensitivities was just normal, kind of like a funny part, oftentimes uncomfortable if you are on a date and your stomach starts gurgling. That was my life, but I just assumed that that was normal. I remember going into my closet on Sunday mornings and just crying. I remember just weeping because my clothes were not fitting the way they once had. And my husband and I both worked ministry, different ministry jobs, and we did not have extra money to be able to go and buy new clothes. And you better believe I didn't want to go and buy clothes that were sizes larger than what I had in my closet. And so I just would cry. I would just eat my chocolate chips and cry and wear my sweatpants. And so that was kind of where I was with my health. I didn't have anything looming, anything big and huge, but I just didn't feel great. Excuse me. I also felt very overwhelmed with where we were in our finances. My husband is an incredible provider. He was able to pay off all of his student loan debt. He was working multiple jobs when we got married. I started working multiple jobs, but I had this deep, deep desire to stay home with my children. And so I was doing just a bunch of random jobs. I was working ministry part-time, but I was also going to thrift stores and finding things in these nasty thrift stores and cleaning them up and selling them on Craigslist for next to nothing. I remember one day I found a Life is Good shirt that a family member had given us for Christmas, and I think it still had a tag on it, and I put it on Craigslist for $3. And I remember schlepping my daughters into the car to drive down to some random parking lot to give this $3 shirt to some random person. And I remember at that point just thinking, gosh, this is not how we're going to reach our goals. Like, I didn't have huge goals. I just didn't want to be standing in the line at the grocery store afraid that we didn't have money in our bank account. I wanted to be able to get our girls into just YMCA activities. But that stuff was expensive. And if we were to do those things, then that would mean we'd have to tap into other parts of our budget. And it was just so tight. And it just created a lot of overwhelm for me. I also really longed for deep friendships coming from before my husband and I got married, coming from a really big community of just close friends, and then getting married and moving across the country to a place where we didn't know anybody, we didn't have family. I just deeply longed for friendships. And I think it's a little hard as a female, maybe male too, but to find friendships outside of high school and college, it takes some work. And that's where I was. I also was an introvert. I love people deeply, but I get to my limit. I get peopled out very easily, and I get a little nervous around people. I had no experience or desire to get into sales or network marketing. I had no desire to pour into social media. That's just not who I was. But years ago, I had a girlfriend that I had gone to college with. She asked me if I would like to do Flexus with her. She had just started. She started to lose some weight. She was feeling good. And because she was losing weight, and I was seeing other people sharing about losing weight, I just assumed it was some weight loss fad diet. And so when she asked me if I wanted to do it with her, I said, absolutely not. Love you, but no. And then a couple of months later, she asked for my address, and she sent me 3 sticks of Slim, which is our infamous pink drink. That's what I'm holding in that picture there. She sent me 3 sticks of Slim, and she wrote a beautiful note of why she felt like I would do a good job at the business. I read the note. I was very touched, but I threw it away. I threw the samples of the Plexus Slim away because, like I said, I saw so many people sharing about how they were losing weight on the products. I was nursing my youngest, and I just was nervous. I was okay to consume all sorts of junk food, but when it came to supplements and things I was putting in my body that way, I was really skeptical, which does not make any sense. But I threw them away because I knew better than them. I knew, okay, well, this is a pink drink. There's all this artificial dye in there, and people are losing weight, so there's surely some sort of chemical that is in there that's going to hurt these chumps a couple of years down the road. So I threw them in the trash. But then 4 years later, after being, just on social media, sharing, excuse me, little stories and pictures of my family and just kind of catching up with my friends from across the country, I'm so sorry. I would see people sharing about Plexus. And I was seeing that it wasn't just weight loss that people that I knew and I loved and I trusted and respected were sharing. They were not just losing weight. They were seeing changes in their aches and their pains and their inflammation, their headaches, their energy, their digestion, their stomach struggles, their mood, their sleep, all the things. And again, I was still very skeptical, but I think I'd had 4 years of seeing people that I love and trust kind of educate me without educating me, knowing they were, by me just being a bystander and watching. And I think at that point I realized, okay, well, one, these people have not grown a third eye. Two, I was seeing more and more of it being more of a holistic approach and more of getting to the root issue. They were plant-based products, and they were getting to the root issue of gut health, inflammation, nutrient absorption, and blood sugar regulating. None of that stuff made any sense to me. I am not a science girl, but I saw what the results were with my friends. So I reached out to my girlfriend who had sent those samples that I threw away in the trash. And I said, hey, I'm not committing to anything, but I would like to try maybe some more samples. And she was so generous and so kind. And she sent me 2 months worth of our gut health combo. So it was full 2 months worth of products because she knew where we were financially, and she really believed in me. She also really believed in the products to give that financial gift to me of buying that for me for 2 months. And so I tried the products for 2 months. I was very nervous about sharing it because I didn't want anybody to think that I'd gotten on this train, this Plexus train. I cared too much, I guess, about what other people thought. I actually remember I had been on the products for a couple of weeks, and I remember feeling leaner. I remember feeling like, okay, that little tire tube around my belly, I feel like that's starting to go away. And I remember a girlfriend of mine down in Arkansas, she knew that I had considered taking it and that I had started taking it. She was not a Plexus advocate at all. And I remember her asking me, hey, how do you like it? And you guys, I lied and I said, oh, I don't know. I'm not really noticing any difference. When I totally was noticing a difference, I was so worried about what other people would think of me. But then about a month later, my stash was starting to dwindle down. And I got to this crossroad of, do I just worry about what other people think and go back to the way that I was feeling? Or do I just trust this process and trust this prompting in my soul? Because if this is how I'm feeling 2 months into the products, how am I going to feel 12 months into the products? And so I knew that if I was going to go that route of sticking with the products, because my friend was not going to just be my sugar daddy and buy my products for me every month, I knew that if I was going to be making that step to purchase the products, I needed to get my products covered. But also, more than that, because those 4 years I had been seeing so many people that I love sharing about the products, they were also sharing about the opportunity side and how it was changing so much for them with their finances, with their community, and with their health. And so I think in my soul, because my friend had written that letter to me 4 years prior, telling me what she saw in me and how she believed that I could do this well, I think I knew that I could. And I knew that I loved people deeply enough. And I saw it done, network marketing done well. And I also saw it done in a way that I didn't really like. I knew that I could do it well and I could show people my heart. I could serve people. I could help people, and I could be learning how to do all of this. I could be learning about gut health and learning about inflammation while I was earning a paycheck. And so in January, it's actually 7 years from now, 7 years ago from right now, I went ahead and I joined and I bought that gut health combo. I paid $34.95, I think, or $39.95, so I could get my annual membership, which basically is like Sam's Club, where you get wholesale cost for any of your products for a full year, but you also can get, and we'll talk about this in a minute, but you also can get, a turnkey business. And so I went ahead and went that route and I started sharing. I was so nervous, but I started sharing and money started trickling in. People were coming from out of the woodwork because I was sharing things that I was learning as I was learning about the gut and our brain access, or like the gut correlation with sleep or anxiety or depression or anything like that. I was sharing and people were coming to me. So I was able to start helping people, and that started to bring in money. And within a couple of months, we were able to bring my husband on board so he could start taking the products, because he had like chronic sinus infections. Anytime he'd get sick, it would always morph into a sinus infection. But I wanted to make sure we were getting my products paid for and his products paid for. Then we were able to slowly start getting our girls onto the products because they were getting paid for. And so within a couple of months, I was able to leave that part-time nonprofit job because my income with Plexus was doubling what I was making with that. So within a couple of months, we had a huge blessing in our family where I was able to stay home with my children, with our children. And then a total of about 3.5 years after I started, we hit the very top of the company. And I just want to remind you, like, I had no social media experience, no sales experience. I was super skeptical over those things. I had a deep love and admiration for friendships, and I didn't want to come across slimy or salesy, and so I just shared from my heart, and I was learning, and that's something I'm really proud of with our team here, is that we have a really incredible team of men and women who deeply desire similar things as me, solid relationships, and doing this really well. So with this, there have been so many blessings that have happened through Plexus. So many, like I just look at these pictures and I'm like, how is this our life? So grateful. We've been able to travel. We've been able to go to Colorado and do a family camp last year. We've been able to serve in England and France the past 2 summers at a missionary bed and breakfast. We were able to surprise our girls and go to Disney World. And if you guys can see this really sweet little lady at the very bottom, that's my husband's grandmother. And we were able to surprise her and my mother-in-law down in Arkansas 6 months before she passed away. So she was able to meet her great-grandchildren. And that would not have happened had we not had this business with Plexus. So something that we're really passionate about is just authenticity and having like a purpose, because I think when you approach things and you don't really have a purpose, it's not fulfilling and it's not long standing. And so Plexus's mission is to ignite hope, health, and happiness for those who want more out of life. And they do that by a myriad of things. As you can see here in the left-hand corner, they have products that are beautifully changing the lives of people, just changing the masses with what I was talking about, getting to the root issue of so many health issues. And we are the original gut health company. So our products are beautifully changing the masses. You have this Lexus here that is a symbol of this opportunity. We actually have a Lexus up in our garage that we got for free when we hit the top of the company, and you can get a stipend for that Lexus, that type of Lexus, when you hit the top 3 positions in our company. And so there's financial opportunity, there's health opportunity. Down at the bottom left corner, you see this community, just men and women coming together in community, learning, growing, personal development. If you are on my team and you have been blessed by one of these things here, I'd love for you to put in the chat the thing that you love the most: the opportunity, the Plexus products, the community, the personal development. Put that in the chat, because that is a very real thing that we all have been able to experience. And then in the bottom here is this pivotal. This is actually something that Plexus has given to every customer as a gift, as a thank you gift. It is an app that a lot of different companies will charge, $40 a month for, and that's something that Plexus is happy to give to our customers. And that has like a 12-week health program with exercise, with recipes, with motivation, with grocery list. And so they really live into their mission. Some of the Plexus accolades, this is very important to me. My husband actually, whenever we first got started, somebody had asked him, well, what do you think about Plexus? Like this network marketing thing, what do you think about this? And he just said, and mind you, he was very skeptical, as was I. He said his experience with Plexus is that with network marketing, you want to make sure of 2 things: that there is not a financial risk, and you want to make sure that the company is a company of integrity. Very simple, but also very wise. And we'll talk in a minute about the financial component to Plexus that my husband talked about, the financial risk. But as far as the integrity, that's where I want to share these accolades here. We have an A+ rating with a BBB. We are backed by Morgan Stanley, and we are a debt-free company, which is incredible. You can see here in the bottom left-hand corner, we have donated over 38 million meals to Feeding America. This is a philanthropic movement that we've been a part of since about 2020. And that's something that we're super proud of. I'm not going to go over all of these here, but these are just a bunch of other incredible accolades that we have with Plexus. Out of all of the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of network marketing companies in the world, we are ranked number 27. We have continually gotten awards for ethics and integrity. We brought over $450 million in revenue in 2022, and we've shipped over 3.2 million orders to customers in just that year alone. We also are out of Arizona. That's where our headquarters are. And we have constantly been ranked number 1 in the best home office place to work for direct selling. for 5 or 6 years in a row. So not only all of those accolades, I want to talk with you about that financial risk that my husband was saying, because there are a lot of network marketing companies that will charge 500, 600, 800, thousands of dollars to be a part of. And that's where you get a lot of bad rap from people about network marketing, because it's not a wise financial investment. With Plexus, you only have a $9.95 startup cost. So with that annual membership that I was mentioning, kind of like Sam's Club or Costco, that you're paying that fee that allows you to get the wholesale cost of any product for the entire year. You also have, all the different perks with that Pivotal I was telling you about. With a turnkey business, you get your own referral website. You're able to start making referral bonuses with that $9.95 startup cost. Some companies have you purchase enough products that would fill up an entire closet. Some people even fill up an entire room and hope that they can sell their things. That is not the case with Plexus. You have to be commission qualified. You buy the products that you're taking yourself. So for me, I buy 1 month of Slim, 1 month of my probiotic, and 1 month of my BioCleanse. That's how I start off. Now I buy it all because it's all amazing product. But you just start off with what you are consuming for that month, and that makes you commission qualified. We are, like I said, the original gut health company. We have leading innovation in that. We have consumable products. So as opposed to, going and buying clothes or selling clothes for network marketing, or even makeup, because makeup can last, if you're like me, it'll last 3 years. Our products are consumable, and people are daily taking their vitamins, their probiotics, their supplements. And so our products are consumable. They meet the needs of the masses. Our company has been around for over 14 years, which is amazing for network marketing companies. What that shows us is that we are a stable and credible company. And then at the very bottom bullet point I have here is that we have ethical executives who have incredible integrity, and they care for us. They care for the field. Another thing that I really, really love is that on our website, we have this Plexus Promise. And if you are anything like me, relationships are very important to you. And so seeing this as a priority within our company is just, it's like a hug to my heart. As Plexus brand ambassadors and employees, building and maintaining positive relationships is one of our greatest responsibilities. The Plexus Promise embodies our guiding principles of being trustworthy, honest, reliable, and responsible. Nothing in here is saying, hey, it's yourself above other people, or hey, it's more about the dollar than other people, or hey, it's about being slimy just so you can get a sale. That's not what we are about. We are about being honest, reliable, taking care of relationships. And at the bottom it says, when we apply these principles to our relationships in a way that emphasizes respect and creates a positive experience with every interaction, we set ourselves apart. And Plexus certainly has set itself apart. We're going to talk real quick about the most common worries, fears, and misconceptions when it comes to starting up, whether again it's just to get your products paid for, or starting up a Plexus business, a network marketing business. Financial investment, time, and not being a salesperson. Those are the 3 biggest objectives I hear. We've talked a little bit about that financial investment, $9.95, and you're buying your products. You do not have to fill up a closet and hope and pray that you can sell all $5,000 worth of product that you've invested in. That's not how we do our stuff. The time, this is something that I think is really important to look into. We have 24 hours in the day. All of us have the exact same amount of time in our day, but the way that we choose to spend it is up to us. And so we all are busy. We have multiple women at the top of our company who have 12 children that have homeschooled all of them. We have many families who have massive, large homes, like families in their home with lots of special needs. We have people who are working full-time jobs, and they're also doing an incredible job here with Plexus. It's all about finding the boundaries, finding balance, finding really good habits. You can work your Plexus business part-time while still making full-time income. That is something I have experienced. That was something very important to me, is I did not want my children to resent me being, working and being on my computer sometimes, or sometimes having to do calls like this at night. I didn't want that. And so I have been very, very aware of the time that I'm spending. And so, it's kind of like a food journal. You don't realize how much time you're spending or the food you're consuming until you're like really reflective over that. And so I promise you, if you sit down and you take inventory over the time that you're spending, even if it's sitting on the toilet for 15 minutes and scrolling on Pinterest or scrolling on whatever social media, like, we have time in our day. We just sometimes may not know how to use it the best. We also have this fear and misconception of, I'm not a salesperson. I don't want to do this because I don't do sales. And to that, I say, awesome. We do not want people who are all about sales. We want people who love and serve other people. And so if that is something that you're really, really struggling with, I actually have a really great video of a good friend of mine who talks specifically to that. So you're welcome to send me or your friend who invited you here a message saying, hey, can you send that video over to me? Because that is something that I'm really concerned about, is that whole salesperson persona. That's not what we want here. We want people to be here to serve and help other people, not to make a sale. The qualities that I see in successful people, I think this is an important thing to look at, because there are a lot of skills that we can learn. There are a lot of skills that we should be learning. But when I look at qualities of the people on our team who are highly successful, this group of 5 of us here, we are at the top of the company on our team alone. I can't see who else is on the call tonight, so hopefully some of you are on here. But when I look at the highest caliber of women on our team, men and women, these are the qualities that I see in them. They're driven and determined and courageous. They're self-starters and they're coachable. They're focused and consistent. They are others focused. They're humble. They're authentic. They don't make excuses. They're willing to do the hard things, and they prioritize and have good management. What you don't see there is, oh, they are super extroverted, or they are really huge influencers on social media, or they have a massive network. That's not what you see here in the qualities of successful people. Those are all skills that can be learned, but these bullet points that I have here are character and integrity things that I have seen in people, and also skills that have been learned themselves, such as the time management and being a self-starter and being focused and consistent. Those are things that we can learn. Plexus, because this is a recorded video and I want to make sure I am being compliant, I'm not going to go through and tell you specifically, hey, as a silver, this is your average income. As a diamond, this is your average income. I'm not going to talk through those specific numbers. However, if you do want to know, hey, I want to know, what do you as a diamond make? I want to know, I want to have some vision here and see if this is worth it. Then send me a message and I will send you over the average the average chart of what people make at these different ranks. But we have all of these different ranks, and so whether your goal is to get your products paid for, or take your family to Disney World, or pay off your utilities every month, or your goal is to change the trajectory of your family's life and be able to retire your husband and move or serve overseas, or whatever that might be, there is a place for you here, because we have such a generous compensation plan for helping and serving other people. We also have really incredible bonuses with our company. So as you see here, this Plexus tumbler is a fun little gift that Plexus is giving to us this month if we help 3 new customers. They also have this incredible financial bonus every single month. So not only are you getting the compensation plan, you also are getting these bonuses for helping more people. So if you're on my team and you are working towards helping people this month, how many people have you helped this month? I'd love for you to put in the chat how many people you've helped this month, or your goal of how many people you want to help. When you look at this, this is not your mama's Tupperware party. Like, this is real income. What would $880 do for your family just by helping 6 people start on their health journey? So generous. Plexus ambassadors, what do we do? So we provide support, accountability, and motivation to help our clients see positive results on the products. So we're helping troubleshoot, helping our people have great results on the products. We are sharing their experience and our experience and inviting others to join us. We are growing a team of sharers and helpers, and ultimately we're growing business builders, and we are continual learners. That is, in a nutshell, what Plexus ambassadors do. We are learning, we're growing, we're sharing, and we're helping. Some of the resources that our team provides, and this is something I am incredibly proud of, we have a very, very intentional team with leaders on our team who, and not just the top leaders, I'm talking leaders that have been with us for years and years, and they're bringing in a couple $100 a month, and they are such strong leaders. We've got an incredible a group of resources that we provide for our people, for our customers, and for our business builders. We have book studies. We have a testimonial page where you can grow in your belief and grow in your knowledge. We have accountability group where we meet up every single week and we hold one another accountable by doing focus on the daily mode of operation. We have training calls. We have power hours where we're working together, kind of like a virtual coffee date every single day. We have really fun incentives that we do as a team, help 2 clients or 2 customers and get this fun prize, help 4 customers and get this fun prize. We also have fun things like this dinner with diamonds on the bottom right hand corner, where we might open it up and have training from top leaders across the entire company and give a $25 gift card for you and your man to go get a fun little meal, and then you can come and learn. So we do a lot of intentional resources like this. And then as you see here, these are just a few snapshots of our team. If you can remember, I was talking about the community being something very, very important to me, something I really longed for. And these women, if you look at them, they have become family with me and with one another. And the beautiful thing is, so many of us don't live next to each other, but we communicate and we love each other from afar every single day. So I look at these women, and these are my sisters. These are people that I have worked so hard with. We've done hard things with, and we would do anything for one another. And that is abnormal. I used to work for corporate America, and I absolutely will tell you that that was not the community or the culture where I worked. And so that's something I'm very proud of. So as we're wrapping up here, sorry, I'm a few minutes past 30 minutes. We're going to wrap up here. What's the next step? So first step here is, if you have not started on the products, get started on the products. Talk to your sponsor, the person who's invited you here. Let them know what your health goals are. Maybe talk to them about some things that you're struggling with in your health. A lot of times people don't even realize, and they won't say what they're struggling with, and they'll say, oh, I'm fine. But the next thing you know, they're on all this medication. Well, there are some things that we might be able to help with to focus on your specific health goals. So talk with your sponsor, get started on the products. Then tell your sponsor what your goals are, whether that is to get your products paid for, or that is to retire your spouse, or that is to pay your utilities every month. Whatever it is, tell your sponsor what your goals are, because what your sponsor is going to do then is they're going to help. They're going to walk with you if you're walking. They're going to jog if you want to jog, and then they're going to sprint with you if you want to sprint. So you need to talk with them and communicate with them what your goals are. And then next, we have a really great series, a video series, short 6 videos that you can start with, and it will talk with you about specifics on what to do when you're starting up your Plexus business or starting to share so you can get your products paid for and help other people. So I am here to tell you 1,000,000% this is worth it. I went into this as highly skeptical, so worried about what other people would think. And then I look at this picture, and there's such life in this picture. There's such life in our team, and there's such life that's been given to me by saying yes to this community and saying yes to this business, that I want to scream it from the rooftops so everybody will know that there is a place for them. Some of the women on our team gave some quotes a few months ago that I want to read to you. Plexus gives me something to call my own outside of being mom and a wife. It also helps my anxiety and a beautiful community. Plexus helped me heal after loss, gave me a community of special women, and helps me close the income gap from having to leave my full-time job after baby. Again, look at that. That's not chump change. She's getting a supplemental income from Plexus after leaving her full-time job so she could stay home with her child. Plexus has helped me be a better mom, wife, and teacher. I now have energy to be active, play, and be the best version of me. I have fun again. I also have learned more about myself and pushed myself out of my comfort zone more than I ever have before. I'm so thankful that I had a friend reach out about Plexus. And we're going to end with this. John Maxwell, he's one of our team's absolute favorite authors. We learn from him all of the time. He says, if we are growing, we are always going to be outside of our comfort zone. So while this may feel a little scary, this might feel like, I don't know, this seems a little uncomfortable. I'm going to tell you that growing comes from stretching that comfort zone, and there's nothing like it. So we hope that you got some great information out of tonight's call. We hope that some of your questions were answered. If they were not, I'm going to end this recording, but I'm going to stay on here. So if they have not been answered and you would like to ask me some questions, I will happily answer them for you. Again, if you are a guest here, please make sure that your friend that invited you knows that you are on live, and then friend from our team, you go to Rising Jewels. I'm going to have a post in there in just a minute where you can put your friend's name that was there, and we'll do the drawing and call out the coffee card winners tomorrow. Thank you guys for being on. I'm going to stay on if anybody has questions, but feel free to jump off. Thank you guys.